Wilton, a little sloppy there in the second half, would you say, and were you a little bit disappointed with that? Not you, but the team.
Yeah, I mean, that starts with me, but yeah, it's obviously something we need to look at on the film and figure out how to not come out and go 3 and out or have a turnover here or there, or give the opponent any sense of life. So we'll learn from that and build on that.
Staying in the front row.
DeMonte, what was going through your mind when you had the interception towards the end of that first half on Jeff George as he was falling down that rush defense?
First thing went to my mind is it's about time. And I knew that my teammates every day, they always make fun of me. DeMonte, you can't catch, you don't have no hands. So after I caught that interception, they all said, you know what, I'm going to let you breathe, I'm going to let you go. About time you caught it. So, I mean, it's a pretty exciting feeling. I was pretty happy, pretty pumped.
Second row towards the middle, Rachel.
This question is also for DeMonte. Your team held Illinois without a passing yard in the first half. What was key in doing that, especially against an inexperienced quarterback?
We knew we just had to bring pressure. He was getting the ball out pretty quick and pretty fast, and we knew that. So we just had to tighten up on our coverage, and we knew some of the things, their tendencies that they're going to do on third down and short yardage game. So we just made sure we kept that in perspective and make sure that we played tight defense and allowed our defensive linemen and our linebackers to be able to blitz and create opportunities for us.
Towards the back in the middle, Nick.
Well, I know some of you guys had time off last week, but for you specifically, was there one thing you tried to work on last week that you wanted to get better at or anything going into the second half here?
Yeah, so I watched all the 6 games, every snap, and just took a lot of notes on what was like glaring that needed to be better and just also little things. So, being able to throw with guys like Grant, JU, in our time off, we didn't have the couple-hour practice with the pads on and everything, but we were still able to go out there like we do in the summer and throw certain routes. And, yeah, I just wanted to focus on, I can make every throw in my opinion, but, sometimes I would short arm passes or, when a guy's open, I'd miss him, and that's what I wanted to focus on in the second half of the season is eliminating that.
Was that the glaring thing you talked about?
Yeah,
Just
probably.
making sure that you're on the money when they're open?
Yeah.
Second row, middle right.
Hey, Davion, you guys are rotating a lot of backs. Has that helped you stay fresh this late in the season, heading into a big game? Feel pretty good?
Yeah, definitely. The way we rotate, the way Coach Reed's system is actually going right now is actually helping every single running back in our room, just staying healthy and making sure our bodies are fresh every down. Like, you can switch every play, and you got a fresh running back in there, and that kind of keeps the defense on their toes.
Front row left, Steve.
DeMonte, fill us in on what happened on that 4th and 3 pass breakup, how that all developed, and also, go ahead.
So the play before, the tight end kind of did like a little fake block, tried to chop me, and then he got up and tried to release into the flat, and then I just had good eyes and stayed on him. So then the next play, I figured to do something like that, and we played one of our zero coverages. And as our D-line and linebackers took off the blitz, I realized that the tight end was just staying in the blocking. So then the first thing I looked for is where was Ben, where's the running back, because I knew that one of our linebackers had to cover the running back. And then as I looked back, I seen the running back kind of fading in, and then that's when I realized I had a chance to make another play. And I just got a PBU, and it was just great coverage by Ben, slow him down and everything.
And then also talk about the pride that you guys take in the secondary across the defense and your pass defense.
Each and every day, if our scout team catch a ball on us or they catch a ball on us one-on-ones, not only as our coaches get mad, but our defense, the DBs get mad as well too, because we know in the game we can't have things like that. And once you start practicing that, not letting your teammates catch the ball on you, then when it comes to the game, it'll be a lot easier for us.
Far back right, standing up, Justin.
Wilton, I'm curious, you guys have gotten out to such a hot start over the last couple of weeks, offensively and defensively. Where is that as far as coming out and executing and not stubbing your own toes?
It's just being sharp Monday through Friday, taking every practice like it's a championship practice. Coach Harbaugh always preaches that. And, just getting in the film room as far as wide receivers and quarterbacks go, I know I can speak for those guys because we work together every day with Coach Fish. So just being sharp, mentally sharp, physically in shape, and just having the mindset that we're going to go out and try and dominate the opponent every snap.
Front row all the way to the left, Larry.
Devion, can you talk about getting a shot to play Michigan State after that finish and loss last year?
All I can say is really those last couple seconds are just still boiling, and like we still tasting in our mouth, and we're going to give Michigan State our all this week.
Front row all the way to the right, Jake.
Wilton, that first drive, the number of, I guess, trick plays, and you had Jabril at quarterback and running back with the fake jet sweep. When you, right out of the chute, when you see those play calls on the first drive, how do you approach a drive like that? And there's so much, I guess, trickeration.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it trickeration. I think a lot of people see when Jabril comes onto the field as whether it's a quarterback, wide receiver, or they see that as trickeration. That's just a really good athlete playing the position, like a running back would, or a wide receiver, or a dual threat quarterback would. So I don't really look at it as trickeration. But then when it comes to that train play that we have, where we line up in an I and then break and everyone goes to their places, that's probably a little bit of trickeration. But it's pretty simple when you break it down and you rep it all week, so it's nothing to freak out about or anything.
Second row middle, Adam.
This question for Wilton. Wilton, getting Kakoa, Eddie, you mentioned, throwing with the receivers, getting comfortable. Your guys' ability to just play young receivers. I guess what have you seen from them these past couple weeks and throughout the season?
Yeah, everyone's stepping up big time. Across the board. J.U. and Amara, those guys are older and they know what it's like to get through a whole season. So when coach watches their reps throughout the week, that gives opportunities for guys like Drake, Mo, Eddie, Keikoa, Grant, all those guys to get more reps and developing that chemistry. Not only did we do that this summer, but throughout this bye week and then this week leading up to Illinois, they've all been stepping up and embracing the role.
Does it excite you, I guess, to have so many options?
Yeah, because Jay and Amar will be here next year. They'll be playing on Sundays, so it's good to feel that those guys are stepping up and they'll be ready when they're the leaders next year.
Front row left, John.
Well, Davion already spoke to it, but is this a game where you just enjoy it for the night, or have you already started to take a peek ahead?
Yeah, no, we're definitely moving on from this. Coach said we'll go back to Shem and eat our ice cream and enjoy this win, and then probably come 9 or 10 o'clock tonight we'll watch some of the ball games going on today, and then start getting our mind ready for this week, which is nice. This isn't a game that you have to motivate yourself for, to get up for. This is Michigan State, and I personally haven't experienced a win versus those guys. I don't know if before I got here if y'all did or not, so we're hungry for that, and this is a big game.
Third row left, Kevin.
Davion, you had 14 carries in the first half. Was that something that you prepared for and were planning on doing? And how helpful is it that for other backs when you're kind of grinding down defenses like that?
Honestly, I didn't know how many carries I had in the first half, but I mean, however many carries the coach wants to give me, it really doesn't matter. And I mean, sure, it probably does help that I'm beating down the defenses, but I mean, I feel like to any running back in our room, it shouldn't matter, really.
Angelique, standing to the left.
For all three of you, since you've sort of touched on the Michigan State game, what are your recollections of those last 10 seconds? Devion sort of touched on it, and how much have you looked forward to playing this game?
Yeah, I mean, those last few seconds, we all thought the game was wrapped up. So I was shocked. I remember that night I went home and was with some teammates, and we didn't really know what to say or what to do because we were all just kind of in shock. But it's not like we had this game circled. Coach does a good job of making sure that the next game is the championship game, and so this next game is Michigan State, so it means a little more since it's the rival, but it's just the next game up, and it's the championship game.
Oh yeah, I was on the field when that play happened, and I just couldn't believe, what took place. And then, we had that bye week after, and just during our whole bye week, that's the only thing I thought about, and I couldn't think about anything else. I just can't wait to get revenge, and next Saturday we got our chance and our opportunity. So I'm just excited. I'm ready to go out here and play with these guys. I love my teammates, and I love the way that we're playing together, and it's gonna be fun playing next Saturday, especially since it's a rivalry game.
The left, all the way to the back.
On the same note, guys, it looks like you're playing so well right now that there might not be just an expectation of settling a score next week, but maybe a chance to make a statement of dominance, particularly given the way the two teams are going. Is that a fair thought for all three of you here this week, that you want to do more than just win, but really make an imprint that's rather indelible?
I think, every time you go out every Saturday, you want to, give the impression of domination. That's any team in the NCAA. So, they haven't been playing as well this year, but it's a rivalry game, and when it's a rivalry game, no matter how either team is playing, that all goes out the window, and the energy's higher, the adrenaline is pumping a little harder, and it's just football. So, yeah.